In some few minutes, let's see how to make a PowerPoint presentation. This is a template which is open, and in this, all I have to do is, for example, to input the different informations which is related to what I want to talk about. Like, for example, in this case, we're talking about a project, talking about the research project. So in here you have animations and the transition. Animations is for the contents, the words which are in there. Like, for example, I can put an animation on this statement, maybe to sweep in or whatsoever, anything. It depends on you. Now transition is for the whole page. Like, I will not select the anything in the content. I'll make sure that nothing is selected, the whole page. I can now put a transition, like to move from one page to another. I can be putting the transition to move from one page to another. Basically, this tutorial is not to show everything which is in PowerPoint. We want to go straight into using it for a presentation. Like, for example, here we have this slide, and you can be going down. You have many slides in here. You can modify. You just have, for example, to double click and modify anything you wish to modify, and you can add animations and transitions to each or any of these things. Now, when you make a PowerPoint presentation, all that which is in here is supposed to simply be a summary of what you'll be talking about. So we can't see a PowerPoint presentation with thousands of words. Nobody will be there to read this. You just put captivative words, captivative phrases and sentences which can help somebody to understand actually what you're talking about. So for you to actually write the thousands of words or explanations you need, for example, here, problem, we can just put a simple sentence here to qualify our problem. Then below here you are going to see click to add note. Here you can type and write all things you need or anything you need. Like, for example, I can have anything I need in here. Anything I need, you can write all your explanations in here. You write all your explanations in here. But don't worry about this. It is not going to affect your work. It is not going to affect your work. In what way? Your audience will not write all that which you're writing here. I'm going to show you a way for you to see all your explanations, all your jottings, without the audience actually seeing all these explanations. The audience will just see what is in this slide. So when you are done producing your PowerPoint presentation, when you are done inputting all your informations, putting all your animations and transitions, you can then play your PowerPoint presentation. How do we go about that? Like, here I'm on the first slide. Below here I'm going to see an icon, slide show. I click on it, and this is what is going to appear. The animations and transitions will be coming gradually. Now you can see for now nothing is shown, and if I want to make appear the animations or the animations I imputed for the topic of this thesis, I'll have to either click once. I'll click. When I click on it, you see it starts appearing, meaning hadn't been I equally had to put an animation on this, I will have to click before it comes. If there are 5 animations in this slide, I will have to click 5 times before those animations come in. If I want to escape from this view, I press escape on my keyboard and it takes me back here. Now you realize that when you put an animation here, this is the first thing which will appear. If I put an animation here, this will be the second thing which will appear after I will click, and so on. Until all the animations are done, it will go to the next slide. Let's try it again. I'll take slideshow and it will show this. When I click on it, either I click on it or I use the arrow, the left arrow on my keyboard. The left arrow on my keyboard to go forward, the left arrow on my keyboard to go backward, and the right arrow on my keyboard to go forward. So if I use the back arrow, you can see it is going back. Forward, it is coming forward. When I click on my arrow on the keyboard, you see it goes to the next slide. But here you realize that it is vague, and in this case you cannot actually see what you had as note. Like, for example, hadn't been in slide 2, I had some notes here. I'm just going to make some writings. When I'll play this slide, I will not be able to see the notes. I'll just see the summary of all that which I've imputed in my slide. So how do I go about this? I'll click on slideshow, or let me say from the first slide, I'll right click and I'll take show presenters view. What you are actually seeing now is what the audience will see. Now you need to work on the background where you can see many other things why the audience sees just this. That is why here we are going to take show presenters view, and this is the presenters view. This is what you see. This is your screen. This is your screen. This is what you see. And from here to here, only this area, this is what your audience will actually see. And you have a lot of other things here. So you see, this is the first slide, and this is what the audience is currently seeing. You can see here time is running, and you can time yourself based on this. You can pause it and so on. Now on this side you have the next slide to show. So you see, you are already preparing yourself in the presenter's view on what is going to be the next thing you will be talking about. And when this slide is ongoing, you have here no notes, because slide 1 had no note. Now let's go to slide 2. You can see slide 2 has some notes here. Can you remember I wrote some funny things below slide 2? It means that if you need some explanations to the summary that you made in this slide, you can write it below and you will see it at the level of the presenters view, where you can write thousands of words here and you read to explain to your audience. So you can be using this arrow to advance or to go backwards. Actually, your audience is seeing this, but you have all the screen for you. So as you go ahead, you can have your notes here, you can have your different slides and so on. If you want to exit this place, you can either close here or you press escape on your keyboard and it takes you back here. Let's do it again. We take slideshow, we right click, we take show presenters view, and here we are. We have our notes here, and the audience, this is what they are seeing. You have all the screen for you. You can time yourself and so on. Now, while explaining, you might want to be showing illustration like this. See how my mouse is moving, or you could circle something. Here you have something like a pen. So if I click on it while explaining, I can choose pen. While explaining, I can circle or I can show what I'm talking about. I can say, okay, yeah, this is what it is all about. Yeah, this is what it is all about. I can be explaining and circling and showing and drawing arrows and saying, okay, and showing illustration from where I am. You see, it becomes very easy. And you can remove, or this is a pointer. Instead of using the cursor you're using, you can instead use a pointer. Like here you can see I'm showing problem, here you can see I'm showing these figures, and the audience will easily know exactly where you are and what you are talking about. You see, when I go back to this pen, I can highlight, like to put a highlight, I can, you see, colors. It depends exactly on what you want. Now you can erase all the things you have been writing on your slide. You see, you can erase all this, you can erase all this, you can erase them. As simple as this. As simple as this. After you must have imputed all this, you can erase it, and you take laser pointer. Now you have a pointer to show that this is it. If they are not seeing, you take your pen and you show that this is actually what I'm talking about. So this is how easy it is to use your PowerPoint presentation. Good luck and see you later.